to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. All dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear quick, ready from ear to ear. Craving that rain in the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. And you know, today is Wahoo Wednesday, which means we are at Rococo on Western, 4308 Northwestern in Oklahoma City, just across the street from the Drum Room and Sipangos, and across the street from VZD's. You can, for catering and events, you can call 405-534-8838. That's 405-534-8838. Now, they do all their catering and all their events at the original Rococo over on 27th or 28th and North Penn. That's where they do those. But if you want to call for reservations for Sunday brunch or Saturday brunch, you can call at 405-400-7494, 400-7495. Call if you want reservations for brunch either on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday brunch starts at 11. Sunday brunch starts at 11. So the hours are 11 to 10, Sunday through Thursday, and then Fridays and Saturdays 11 to 11. And you know what? This is more than a restaurant. It's a nice little place to get together and have cocktails. We do it all the time. We come here and have a little dinner. Or sometimes we just come and sit on the patio, or we sit in here at the bar and have a few cocktails and enjoy ourselves, because it's always a good place, especially doing Thunder basketball for away games. We really love to be in here then because, you know, you get a good dinner, you get some good drinks, and the Rococo water is off the chain. But anyway, we are here at Rococo's 4308 Northwestern, and if you haven't eaten here, then that's by all means you should. And of course, like I said, that's Wahoo Wednesday for the Wahoo chicken, which is fantastic if you haven't had this, which is a Nashville-style chicken. If you haven't had that, you need to. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff we talk about today, please Skype me, 405-551-8300, or you can text 405-551-8300, and it will pop up on the screen. If you have any questions, I can answer them then at that point. So, but anyway, you know, it's been a minute since we've been here at Rococo's. We were here, I think, about 5 weeks ago, and last week I wasn't here because, you know, my brother had just passed away on Monday, so we did not go last Wednesday like we were supposed to. And so I came today. Throws me off schedule because I was supposed to be at Ned's today, but we'll be at Ned's next Wednesday, and we're here at Rococo's this Wednesday. So anyway, fantastic place. If you haven't been here, you just come and say hi to Bruce, say hi to Benny, whoever's here working. One of those guys are here working all the time. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about Thunder news. The preseason schedule has been put out, and October 9th is our first game at home at Paycom, which I probably will be here. My birthday is that next day. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing a show that day. Well, I probably will, because my birthday is that next day, which I hate my birthday when it's on a Tuesday. It sucks when it's at the beginning of the week. I like it when it's at the end of the week, because it's usually always OU Texas weekend. And I usually have a party here in Oklahoma City on Wednesday, go to Dallas and hang out with all my Dallas people on Thursday, go see Lil G on Friday and Saturday, and then come back to Oklahoma City on Sunday. So anyway, we played the Spurs, the first game, which preseason, I doubt if Wembanyama's going to play. I doubt if Chet's going to play. We're probably going to be playing a lot of our rookies, or a lot of guys that we're going to talk about who are on the schedule, who are on the roster, we're going to talk about what our roster looks like here in just a second, so you'll know kind of who to expect to see. October 12th will be the Pistons in Montreal, Canada, which of course SGA and Lou Dort are from Canada. So we'll be seeing both of those guys. We'll be playing in Canada, which I thought was a great move by Sam Presti in Oklahoma City by allowing those guys to have a game at home. I think that's fantastic that those guys get to come back and play for their NBA team there in Montreal because, Toronto, if you're not from if you're not from Toronto, the chances of you coming to going to Toronto to watch the Raptors play against the Thunder may or may not do that. But I thought it's nice of them to be able to go to Montreal for them to be able to play. So that's kind of fantastic. Then our first road game is October 15th in Charlotte, North Carolina, against the Hornets. So we'll see what that's going to be like. And then, of course, we're back to Oklahoma City the following Tuesday against the Bucks. They're at Paycom Arena, and then closing out on the 19th against the Pistons again. They're at BOK in Tulsa, and that has to do with the fact that Cade Cunningham, OSU guy, plays for the Pistons. Now I don't know if Cade, how much he will play, because Tulsa's more of a OSU town than Oklahoma City is. So I don't know how much Cade will probably play, but I'm assuming that's why they did that, so that the fans who don't come to Oklahoma City, who are OSU, will get a chance to watch Cade play. So we'll see how that shapes out. But anyway, that's our schedule. We have, like I said, 2 games here at Paycom, 1 game in Tulsa, and then 2 games on the road, one of them being in Montreal against the Pistons. And if you've never been to Canada, Canada's a fantastic place. I've never been to Montreal, but Toronto is just a fantastic city. I truly, truly loved it, and I'd love to go back just to visit because I had a great time there being in Toronto. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good people. The nightlife was fantastic. I really, really loved the nightlife there was really, really good. I had a good time there in Toronto. I highly, highly recommend. If you haven't been there, you should, because it's fantastic. And then, of course, here's our roster that I was just talking about. SGA, Trey Mann, Cason Wallace, and Mitchell. So this is, those are going to be our 4 guards. Then, of course, you've got Giddey, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Ty Washington, and Victor Oladipo. Now, I'm not sure if Ty Washington and Oladipo will be here by then. I don't expect Oladipo to stay on the thing long, simply because, on the roster long, because I think he's been here, and what are you going to do? We're a young lineup. He is a veteran. He might be able to give us some sort of minutes, but for the most part, I don't think he's going to be, him and Ty are going to be on the team, but we shall see how long they will last if the change-up happens before the preseason. But I expect those guys to be both probably playing a lot. Well, not Oladipo, but for sure Ty playing a lot, especially Trey. I think they're playing him a lot simply because they want to trade him to get some bait, because he's not going to get a lot of playing time. That was clear. Once they really drafted Cason, that was pretty much the end of the road for Trey. And either you like Trey or you don't. I'm personally a fan of his. I just didn't I liked him after his first year, but when he came back in the summer of last year doing what he was doing, shooting and all of that nonsense, I'm like, man, what are you doing? And then come out and then take more shots than the best player in our team. Yeah, the writing was on the wall for him to go bye-bye. Then, of course, J-Dub, Aaron Wiggins, Jang, who is still just developing and slowly getting better. I'm slowly coming around to him, but like I said, I'm not going to really give him a grade until the end of this year, or because I'm going to know by the middle of this year what kind of player he is going to be, because he's had a full year to develop. And remember, he is still quite young and hasn't really had the experience to play here, playing overseas, coming here to play, so in Europe. And then Keontae Johnson, really, really like that kid. Man, everybody, I don't know if people remember or even know that he was the preseason SEC Player of the Year at Florida before he had the issues with his health. And so he's come a long way, getting this all the way back and actually making it to the NBA. And I think that he is going to be a sleeper. He's kind of like, to me, a J-Dub, where he's going to be a sleeper. He's going to be somebody that nobody's going to see coming, and he's just going to really take off and really show people how good of a player he really, really is. And then Jack White, we shall see. He didn't get a whole lot of playing time there in Denver. I mean, I think he's okay, but he's just not high on my list of somebody I'd take, but still a good player. Then, of course, Caleb McConnell, I like him a lot, simply because of his ability to play defense. Poku, we've talked about, Nathan and I have talked about that along with Drew, Hinton HuskerDrewPicks.com. We've talked about him, and none of us are big fans, even though I thought before he got hurt he was playing really well, I thought. But then with the emergence of J-Dub, with him getting hurt, and then JRE getting hurt, Jeremiah Robinson Earl getting hurt, and Kendricks Williams, all three of these guys I think hurt themselves by being injured. And then when Jeremiah came back, he just was not, AJRA was not the same guy, neither was Poku. And we were a completely different team. And then, of course, Nathan Taylor loves of YMB, loves Garuba. So we shall see. I think he's talented. He's got a huge upside. He's athletic as hell, which the other two, those other three guys aren't as athletic as he is. So, but there's no really room on that Houston roster for somebody like him, simply because they're just so long, so athletic. I think with Ime Udoka and with Van Fleet, they're going to be a completely different team because, they had a loser's mentality. They really, truly did. And I think that mentality is going to change. And then, of course, centers, Chet, Jade Will, and then Bertan. So, man, I look at this team and I just say, man, I like our team. God, we're young. It's going to be so exciting to see that first game, because that first game, October 9th, I think you're going to see a lot of Trey. You're going to see a lot of Kaysen. You're going to see a lot of Mitchell. You're going to see a lot of Ty if he's still on the team. You're going to see a lot of Keontae. You're going to see a lot of Jang. You're going to see Jack White. You're going to see some McConnell. You're going to see Garuba. You're going to see, I don't know necessarily how much of Jay Will and Chet you'll see, but Davis Bertans, you may see some of it. But for the most part, I think you're going to see a lot of Kaysen. You're going to see a lot of Trey. You're going to see a lot of Jane. You're going to see a lot of Keontae, Jack White, McConnell. You're going to see a lot of Garuba, probably some Kendricks and some JRE and some Poku. They're probably going to get quite a bit of play, but I don't know how much you're going to see of SGA, Josh, Lou Dort, J-Dub, J-Will, Chet. And Aaron Wiggins. I don't know how much of those guys you're really going to see. Do you really need to see anything from them, because you already know pretty much what you're getting when you see those guys. You already kind of know what you're getting from those guys. And then, of course, in NBA news, the Sixers and the Clippers re-engaged the James Harden talks, which I sit there and I look at that and I'm just thinking, I don't know why. I just don't understand the whole James Harden deal. James Harden to me is, he doesn't play defense. In the playoffs, he did have those couple games, and that was it. But in Game 7, he disappeared. In big moments, he's just small in big moments, and in little moments, he's still not big. So that's kind of my thing on that. Is that going to make the Clippers better? To me, is that just you're putting him and Russell. That did not work in Oklahoma City. It did not work in Houston. And now you think it's going to work in Clipperville, along with what you're going to do with Paul George. I know you kind of got him on the chopping block. Then you turn around and you're still trying to keep Kawhi. So the Clippers, to me, all you're doing is adding to the mess, but you are building. You are finishing up your $1.2 billion arena, and I think it's supposed to be done for this year. So if it is, I can understand why you want as much star power as you possibly can get to get people to come to the games. Because let's face it, the people in L.A., what are they going to do? Okay, they're going to go, they're Laker fans. They're Dodger fans. The Kings are doing, somewhat, but for the most part, now SC is coming back. So, and UCLA is not bad. So SC football, the Rams still are struggling, but LA is Lakers town. It always has been, always Lakers and Dodgers. That's what it's going to be, and those are teams that are going to get the majority of the support. Now, for this upcoming FIBA World Cup, which Austin Reeves is playing for, you're going to be able to watch it on the NBA app, NBA.com, which is going to carry those streaming. If you want to watch, that starts the end of this month through September 10th. So you're going to be able to watch those. If that's what you want to do, you should be able to watch those games. I don't know how much of those I really want to watch. My team, I'm not that overly excited about. I mean, I like our team a little bit, but I like the other team with Cade, J-Dub, Chet, and Jalen Williams, Jalen Green. I like that team much better than I do the other team. And, in fact, that team I'm talking about beat that team. And I just think the way that team is constructed, I'm just not that big of a fan of that. You've got a lot of individual players, not team players. So we're going to see if they can put everything away, their individuality away. Jason Tatum never could. He was forced to. He didn't do it on his own. And then, but like I said, I'm much bigger fan of the other ones than I am that one. So Wilt Chamberlain's 1972 finals jersey, which was, of course, the Lakers' first, the Los Angeles Lakers, not the Minneapolis Lakers. They had already won championships with George Mikan. But their run of futility finally was ended in 72 when they won the NBA title with him, Jerry West. And at first, the sad is that Elgin Baylor was not on that team to get his award, which is sad. It really is. Great player for them, but I think he had already retired when they won the championship. And so he was not on there. And that was the year that they still have the record for, 33 straight games that they won without a loss. They did have the record for the most wins. They got surpassed by the Bulls. And then, of course, Golden State doesn't count because they got spanked up with a 3-win lead and got beat by the Cavaliers, which to me simply has everything to do with Draymond Green, the person they love so much, cost them that championship. So to me, you're not the greatest team ever. You just had the most wins because you didn't finish. Spurs guard Devontae Graham was suspended for 2 games by the NBA for pleading guilty to driving while impaired in North Carolina. Drew's favorite place, North Carolina. What's up, Drew, boy? What's up, bro? Big dog? You there? Can you hear me, Drew? Can you hear me, Drew?
Oh, yes.
Hey, yeah. But anyway, Spurs guard Devontae Graham suspended for 2 games because he got caught driving while impaired. And I'm sure they knocked that down from a DUI to driving while impaired. I think that's what they did. I didn't hear you, Drew. You broke up.
You there?
Yeah, there you are. I'm there. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I think they got him for, that was nice of them to drop that. I said that was nice of them to drop it down from DUI to DWI, driving while impaired from driving while under the influence. Don't you think? Devontae Graham, the North Carolina people.
Yeah, I got you.
Drew is out in the middle of nowhere again, as always.
Yeah, that's a nice little attaboy.
Yeah, they didn't have to do that, but they could have really got him good, and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Drew? They could have got him, but they didn't. Then, of course, how about Wilt Chamberlain's jersey going for $4 million, bro? His 1972 finals jersey. Okay, Drew's not there. He didn't hear me. So let's go bounce on over here to NFL news. The former Chiefs, Rashad Breeland, man, how far has he fallen? And it's just sad to see, how far he's fallen. Rashad Breeland, of course, he's jailed for the following, or I took that off because I was doing something else. But he was jailed for possession of a stolen vehicle, altering serial numbers on the vehicle, altering the title, possession of marijuana, possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, and possession of a stolen firearm. And he played 8 years in the NBA and the NFL. And of course, he was last team with the Chiefs, and when they won the 2019-2020 title. So I'm sorry I took that off. What all that was, because I added in this most valuable franchises. I wanted to add a little bit more. Bring a little bit more lighter flavor to this deal because, to me, dude, that's a long way to drop. But for you to do what you did, man, that's possession of a stolen vehicle, altering a title, altering the, dude, what are you doing? Carrying the gun, You know, I just don't get it. Are you there, Drew? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. I was just talking about Brashad Breeland, the former Chiefs defensive back that got arrested, and all his.
Yeah, I saw that. He looked like he was high stealing a car.
Yeah, I mean, hey, possession of a stolen vehicle, altering the serial numbers, altering the title, possession of weed, possession of controlled substance, Schedule 1 substance, which I'm assuming is cocaine, and possession of a stolen firearm. I man, how far do you drop that far? You know what I'm saying? You leave the Chiefs, you win the Super Bowl, you leave the Chiefs, you play for two teams 2 years in a row, and then all of a sudden you're out of the league, and this is what you do. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously wasn't managing his money.
Either that, or he just still has his money, and he just, maybe it was a car that he thought should have been his or whatever. He gave to somebody and took it back. Could have been one of those deals. I don't know. But how about the Commanders, Ron Rivera, says he put his foot in his mouth. Dude, you're supposed to have your offensive coordinator. When your offensive coordinator says, hey, they're being too hard on, you're supposed to say, hey, well, you sucked offensively last year. You know what I'm saying, Drew? Instead of going, hey, well, go talk to him. What do you mean go talk to him? Yeah, I mean, what do you think about Drew? I guess he's gone. But see, to me, it's just real simple. I watched Shady McCoy today. I'm not a LaShawn McCoy fan. I'm just not. For him to, talk about the way he talked about Mahomes and stuff when he went to the Buccaneers, I'm just not a fan of his. He's just not somebody that I think is just that great. I mean, I think he's okay. I don't really like him as an announcer. And Fox is, I'm assuming they're probably trying to put him next to Skip. And if they do, it's going to be a disaster. Skip's show was already downhill, and it's not going to be any better. But I'm just not a fan of LaShawn.
Who you're talking about?
LaShawn McCoy. I said I'm not a fan of
Eagle.
I'm not a fan of LaShawn McCoy. I was talking about him talking about he didn't like Eric Bieniemy. He goes, well, he didn't coach us. All he did was yell at us and he pushed us. Okay, well, he had to teach you something. I mean, he was there for the Chiefs forever, and he was talking about how, Mahomes is the one that did it all, that Andy Reid coached. He didn't call any plays. Anytime he can slam Eric Bieniemy, he does.
Yeah. Well, and they're trying to get that Eagles-Cowboys dynamic, too, with McCoy and Bayless.
Yes. Yeah, but LaShawn, I just don't.
100%.
Yeah, but he doesn't. LaShawn doesn't have that. He don't have the personality. He tries to talk, but I'm like, dude, you have no. You're not Shannon Sharp. You're not dynamic.
Yeah, what you would have there are two. Yeah, what you would have there are two guys that just clickbait. That's all they want, both of them.
I agree 100%. They're not. It doesn't really give you a whole lot. I won't be watching it because I don't like either one of them. And the reason why I watched Undisputed in the first place.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the last one that much.
Well, I watched Undisputed when Shannon would talk, and then when Skip got on there, I just was like, dude, this is not the newspaper. We don't want to hear you writing a story. And he'd always have all these notes like he's writing a story. I'm like, man, shut up, dude. He wore me out. I just didn't watch him. I don't watch him and not going to. Now I really don't have to watch Fox. The only show on Fox I watch is a little bit of First Things First and watch a little bit of Colin Cowherd because he does have some good takes. But a lot of times he says stuff, and I'm just like, what? And I know you're not a big fan of his.
And you watch Hannity every night.
Who? Oh, I definitely don't watch Fox News.
You watch Sean Hannity every night.
I for sure don't watch Fox News. I'm just going, what the hell are y'all talking about?
You're
oh my God!
Fox News watcher.
Fox News is for the Fox News is for the uninformed. They get all their stuff from them. They go read to find out. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't even listen to it. And anyway, but I can't listen to anybody who got charged a $700 million lawsuit for lying when you knew you were lying and you lied anyway. I'm out. Anyway, Vikings to honor Coach Bud Grant by wearing the patch on their jerseys. I thought that was a nice move by the Vikings. What do you think? He was a pretty good coach, bro.
Yeah,
he couldn't win the Super Bowl.
Man, great coach.
He couldn't win the Super Bowl.
He tried. He ran into the Steelers.
Hey, what was our guy's name? Marv Levy was the coach of the Bills, right? Wasn't he the same?
Yeah.
Did he lose 4 times just like the Vikings did?
Yeah.
Well, because of the Vikings.
Cowboys got them twice. Vikings lost to the Dolphins, the Steelers twice, I
Twice.
think.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Redskins.
And the Cowboys. And the Cowboys. No. Did it beat
Chiefs.
the Cowboys?
They
No,
lost. No. They lost to the Chiefs. You talking about the Bills?
Chiefs, Dolphins, Steelers twice for Vikings.
Did they lose to the Raiders once? Wasn't it the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Steelers,
and the Dolphins?
And the Dolphins. That's who they lost to. Those are all four pretty good teams too.
Yeah.
But the Bills lost.
And the Bills lost to the Giants,
which they shouldn't have.
Twice.
Wide. Was it wide left or wide right? Wide right, wasn't it? Wide right.
Wide right.
Yeah.
Wide right.
But then the second one was that when our boy Thurman lost his helmet. Or was that the first one?
Was it.
Was that the first one or the second one? Super Bowl.
Second one.
Yeah, when he lost. How do you lose your helmet? First of all, your equipment guy. Why is it your equipment guy have your helmet?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you?
But my little league coach told me the only reason you take your helmet off, you don't plan on going back in. I mean, that's what he always told us. If he yelled over it and he was going to put you in the game, you didn't have your helmet on, it meant you didn't want to play.
I love it. Then, of course, Drew, to close out the NFL news segment, the NFL's most valuable franchises, the Cowboys are now worth $9.2 billion.
And it may be more than that.
It's whatever somebody's willing to pay, but right now they're at 9.2. The Giants are at $7 billion, which, of course, the Giants and Cowboys are all – the Giants, Cowboys, Bears, who else? Those three are the ones that have been owned. Well, but I was thinking – well, no, I guess the Giants and the Bears are the only ones that have only one owner, right? Just the Giants and Bears. Oh, they're the only ones that have had one owner. The Cowboys have had two. The Rams have had a bunch.
Two, yeah.
The Rams have had a bunch. The Jets have had a bunch. The Commanders have had a bunch. The Eagles have had several. The Raiders, I guess the Raiders. So it'd be the Raiders, the Giants, and the Bears are the only ones that have had one owner.
I don't think that the Jones family would sell the Cowboys for $9 billion.
They're not going to sell the Cowboys at all, especially while Jerry's alive, for sure.
Yeah.
But at some point, though, Drew, I mean, my God, dude, I'm like $9 billion. I mean, what if they come to him for $15 billion? But I guess that's their family legacy. That's the Cowboys and the Joneses are associated, kind of like, isn't it? And that kind of like, I mean, do you sell them? Even would you sell them?
Nah.
I mean, do you sell them?
I mean, I don't think you can. I don't think you can sell them. Number one is, I mean,
do you think
going to?
It's clearly in the trust. It's in the family trust.
Thank you. Well, thing is with that, I mean, you're going to have to. They're never going to sell them. Not for that. I mean, they don't need the money either. They're billionaires, so it's not like, okay, put that $15 billion with the other $50 billion or however much they're worth. You know what I mean? It's not like they're in dire straits or in trouble with the league or anything like that. So I mean, there's no reason for them to sell.
No, it's really not. But I mean, you as a kid, would you sell?
No, hell no.
I mean, to me, NBA franchise is not the same as an NFL franchise. To me, that's the most exclusive club that there is.
I wouldn't even try to figure out how much the Dallas Cowboys make every year, all in, off apparel, ticket sales, concessions, stadium revenue. I mean, it's in the billions.
Yes. Not to mention what he makes off the oil.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, they need to win something, though. I'm about tired of losing. In 25 years, it's been long enough.
Well, yeah, I was sitting there, here's my question of the day, Drew. I was sitting there looking at it because I was watching a little bit of the practice that they had, and I was just like, Dak yesterday, bro, the question of the day is, how concerned are you about Dak throwing 3 INTs yesterday? And one of them was really terrible, especially after Diggs was talking trash to him. One of them was really, really bad, Drew. How do you?
Well, Diggs picked him off twice yesterday in the first 30 minutes of practice.
Dude, are you concerned at all, Drew?
Oh yeah, dude. You know me, I'm very concerned. I mean, dude, if he goes out there and lays an egg first 6 games, there are going to be some cat calls for Cooper Rush.
But dude,
Drew,
but the cap hit, they have to restructure him. They owe him $60 million or $56 million or something. I mean, they're screwed with him.
Yep.
I mean, what do you trade him? I mein, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, you think you'd probably try to have to, but I don't know who you're going to trade him to.
Who is he? Who's going to take? Well, he's still better than a lot of the quarterbacks that are out there. Let's face it. What did we figure? He's 10 or 11, somewhere around there, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish out of 32 teams. So, I mean, I guess you can.
Yeah, they could probably get. I mean, someone would trade for him, but I don't think you're going to get what you want out of him.
It just bothers me, Drew. When I saw that, I'm like, man, one of those interceptions yesterday, I'm like, what were you looking at? Well, I mean, he threw one right to Van Der Esch. I mean, he was right there. I mean, did he not see him, But those are the interceptions he had last year, weren't they? Same deal. Where it's like, what are you looking at?
It's bad. I mean, he has not looked good in spring. I mean, in the summer camp at all.
No. But Jerry,
which I think foils into Dallas is going to run the ball a lot.
They're going to have to. But then the question is, you got to go pay Zach Martin. Well, you don't have to. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but you do, don't you?
Yeah, you got to pay him.
But then, how do you pay Micah? How do you pay CeeDee Lamb? You can't pay everybody.
Yeah, they got some contracts coming up for sure. That's why I say they need to win. They need to at least get to the NFC Championship game, maybe the Super Bowl, because then you start tying into, keep these guys together. One more year. Let's get another contract. Let's go win a couple Super Bowls. You got to be able to sell it somehow. And if you go out in the first round of playoffs again, these guys that are on the fringe, that are your big contract guys, they're going to be looking to jump. They're going to be looking to go sign with somebody who can win.
Well, Micah, the thing with Micah is that
Micah's going to be a Cowboy. They're going to pay him. You can bet that.
Yeah, CeeDee, maybe not.
Maybe, yeah.
But my deal with Zach Martin is like, bro, we gave you the security that you wanted. You asked for a long-term contract so you could make the money that you wanted to make. And then
he doesn't really have a leg to stand on.
No, you have 4 years later, you're making down it. Yes, you are one of the best, but hey, bro, you're the one who took the contract. That's why Mahomes don't say anything. He's like, look, I already knew. I knew I wasn't going to be, the highest paid quarterback. I knew.
Right.
But he's also making
took my $500 million.
But he's also making $20 million on the side. So he's making 65 total. So let's not get him twisted about it. But like I told people, I said the thing about Mahomes' contract, Drew, is that when he was active on the roster this year, his contract for next year was paid.
Right.
I'm like, that's some security right there. If I'm on a contract this year, next year my contract's fully guaranteed for the following year.
Well, and you know this, that they'll come back in. What is Mahomes on now? Year 4
2
or year 3 of his contract?
I think this year 3.
Okay, so this year 3. So I bet you $1 to a donut, come year 5 or 6, they're going to restructure him and pay him just because they're
extending.
They're just to keep him there, keep him happy.
Yeah, because he's going to be 10th or 11th after Joe Burrow gets paid.
Yeah, and he can say whatever he wants, but if he's winning Super Bowls and he's the 12th highest paid quarterback in the league, that's going to rub you in the wrong way.
And winning MVPs. MVPs. He may not care, Drew. He might let it go, man. He might let it go. No, he ain't letting it go. I wouldn't let it go. Neither would you, would you?
No. I mean, I'd let it go for the first year or two just to get along. I mean, he's making a lot of money on the side. But I tell you, if they say the year 6, they lose in the first round of the playoffs or something, and he's like, man, I need a little return, a little ROI.
Yeah, I need a little,
get a little ROI back on this.
Well, and who knows how much money he's making in Kansas City too. On top of that, you know what I mean? Who knows how much he's making?
A ton.
It's ridiculous.
All of it.
Well, because
he's making all of it.
Well, he owns the franchise rights for the Whataburgers in Missouri, in Kansas, in Missouri.
And they're big in Kansas. I love me some Whataburger.
Yeah, he bought the franchise rights to Whataburger. So,
although, since I moved back from Nebraska, Whataburger isn't as good as I thought it was.
Do y'all have a chain up there that's good?
No, we don't have them We don't have them there. So I come back here, and boy, Whataburger was great. Hit it on the way out of town. Give me a Whataburger with cheese and maybe some fries and some Whata chicken strips. But boy, now that I'm here, I don't want to eat Whataburger.
Well, I don't want to eat Whataburger usually unless it's for breakfast or late night. Okay.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, hey, that like that In-N-Out burger. I love me some In-N-Out burger for lunch if I'm going out of town. But I love In-N-Out burger at 2:00 in the morning. I love 1:30 in the
Yeah.
morning. I love In-N-Out burger.
They just now opened 2 In-N-Out burgers in Omaha.
Dude, how come we can't get one in Oklahoma City? That is weird. We
It's
can't get
got
one.
to be coming. It's
You
got to
would
be
think,
coming.
right? I mean, that would just kill here. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, well, let's take our
You put
time.
one down in the village or
You put one in Nichols Hills area.
63rd somewhere.
Definitely on
Yeah.
Memorial. Definitely put one on Memorial.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. We want to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any needs for computers, software to be written, or website design, they are the people to holler at. Call my boy Russell Willifort. If you have any needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, Mark Long is the dude for that. Oak Grove Trucking and our guy Jose Fierro, who joined us yesterday on the show.
What up,
He
Jose?
joined us yesterday. He called me like 1 something last night. I'm like, man, I was passed out, bro. I was like, bro, that was the night before for my brother's funeral. Hey, Drew, it's been a while since I drank that much, that much of that, kind of drink that, black men drink.
Wait, what were you drinking? A little Crevassier?
Yeah, a little bit, bro.
A little Hennessy, and
A lot of hen, man. A lot of hen.
little
A
Alizé.
lot of hen, bro. My head, I was hurting yesterday, man. I barely made the show yesterday. I was struggling. Then, of course, Greg and Max Nayfield and Nafco, and they're supporting us as they always do. YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912.
The bank. Make things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and proud sponsor for us to go out and support minority, women, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and see the guys. And like Nathan, he explained it yesterday, Drew. He was like, they'd love to see you, but whatever you want to do to make you feel comfortable, do it online or come in and see them. They don't care. Whichever way you want to do it. And, of course, there are the 5 locations that you can come in and check them out. And then, of course, DT Construction and Consulting. My guy, Drew, we don't see him hardly that much because he's spending a lot of time on roofs. What's up with that, bro?
It's hot out there today. I've been going at it today, my friend.
Yeah, you got to get up early. You got to get up early and do that. Hey, what was that? Is it Amelia's birthday or something? What was she doing with the Barbie thing? What was that, the Trish post?
It's our little cheerleader get-together.
Oh, it was?
Squad.
Okay,
Yeah, they did pictures, and, of course, Faith, you had to get in on the act.
Of course you did.
Anything without Faith.
Yep. So anyway, DT Construction and Consulting, if you have any needs for roofing or construction needs of any kind for your home or business, they can do that. Contact them at 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051. Or, hey, email them at dtconstruction2015@outlook.com. dtconstruction2015@outlook.com. They're respectful, local,
We
loyal.
do free inspections, no obligation. You got something you want looked at, give us a call. Let us know. We do referrals, so anything like that, give me a call. I'll work with you.
Yep. And, which we love. And then, of course, his other sideline, HuskerDrewPicks.com, which you've just been on fire. You're ridiculous, dude. The last 6 months, you're what, 60-something% at least in the last 6 months or so?
And it's I tell you what, the last week or so has been a little rough, but still winning days. But I tell you, I've been hitting on a pretty good clip this summer.
Yeah, but Drew, the problem is your problem with you at 4-2 is a bad day for you. That's your problem.
It is.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like 4 and 2s.
That's what I'm saying. That's a bad day for you, even though it's a winner.
Caught a lucky break last night. Got the Braves in the bottom of the ninth. Came back with a little 3-run spot, and we'll pull that one out of the fire, which was nice for me.
Yep. But our picks today are, you got for Sweden and Japan, you're taking the over, -140.
I like the over in that game. I think Japan's going to make the United States look pretty bad today.
You mean Sweden?
Well, I think they're going to score some goals.
Oh, because right. Well, the USA did not. The Netherlands money line plus 335.
Yeah, I like the way the Netherlands played against the United States. They're big, and I just think that's a good upset for the money. You're getting good value. You're sitting at plus 335. So, I mean, they're just as good as anybody else left. I don't think that there's a clear-cut favorite left in this thing.
No, it really isn't. They're all playing. Germany's playing good. France playing good. They're all playing. I'm not Germany. They're not in it. France is playing real good.
Yeah, hell,
Spain is playing good. Then of course now going to baseball, you got the D-backs. Man, the money line, they're plus 109. Really? I thought they'd be minus
yeah,
today.
I had them last night. We
Yep.
talked yesterday about coming off against the Dodgers last night. And they comeback fell short. They left the man on third with one out and ended up losing 5-4. But I'm gonna ride them again tonight. I don't know if the Dodgers are gonna win 5 in a row, but we'll see.
Dude, what was that last night? Waving what's his name in, coming around third, and he couldn't run. What was that?
Yeah,
What
not
was
real
Drew?
sure.
What was? Dude, he's jogging. He's hurt. He's barely running, and you waved him home.
They must have thought that one rolled all the way to the fence or something.
I saw that. And he got there, and the catcher's just waiting on him. He just walks up there, and it's like, yeah, I'm out, man. You got me. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off on a limb here, and I'm gonna say right now that I got Braves Astros in a World Series
World
rematch.
Series.
I'm gonna bet this afternoon.
Oh, you are? I'm assuming you're taking the Braves.
Well, I don't know. I probably would, but just because my heartstrings. But I think those are the two best teams right now.
Yep, they are. And then Verlander just comes in and does his thing right away, which is just ridiculous. He's probably glad to be back in Houston. Then, of course, those JETS Mets Clippers.
Yeah.
Money line plus 100.
The Cubs, like we talked yesterday, the Cubs coming off a huge weekend series against the Braves, and they have just had a letdown since they got to New York. They've come out and just laid an egg both first two games, and I think New York's finally over their hangover after the yard sale they had at the trade deadline. So, the Cubs are always going to be the Cubs. I get irritated whenever the Braves lose to them, but plus I got to hear it from San Diego boy out there.
He doesn't give you a hard. No, come on, Drew. He don't mess with you, man.
The Mets kind of rebounding a little bit. That's a competitive game. It's those two teams. You just never know what you're going to get out of either one of them, honestly. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, these games, and for those of you listening out there, don't go betting the family nest egg on baseball right now because Vegas has got this thing dialed in. It's the only thing out there to bet on. You got all the handicappers watching 9 games. That's it. There's only 9 games on the table besides soccer and your fringe sports, boxing, MMA, things like that obviously that they have lines on that you can get. But if you're betting baseball every day, just play minimum. Play your minimum play. Play $20 a game just to have something on there. If you're like me and you just want to watch something in the corner of the bar, don't go betting a bunch of money on these games because Vegas has these things dialed in. And let's give it a little bit. Let's let football start. And then you'll start. Let's see the baseball lines lighten up a little bit, and then we move into football.
Yep. And then of course you've got the Braves money line minus 285. Man, it's almost a 300, Drew.
And what did I say? I told you I wasn't going to do that again.
Yep.
It's right there. I'm nervous about it, but I look for them to win tonight. I think they got the monkey off their back last night. We'll come back. Pittsburgh can't be happy about letting that one go, and then quick turnaround today. And I think, but problem is Acuna got hit last night in the elbow, and X-rays were negative on the elbow, but I bet he doesn't play tonight. So I'm kind of surprised that the line was that high. But he's pretty tough. He normally plays, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I wouldn't play him. The game doesn't mean anything to Atlanta. Atlanta's got an 11-game lead. They're going to coast into the playoffs. I mean, what they're fighting for, Atlanta's fighting for, is not having to go to Chavez Ravine, play Game 7 against the Dodgers.
Well, they don't want anything. Yeah, they don't want anything to do with that. Well, can you blame them?
They've got a 7-game lead over the Dodgers right now.
Oh, they do?
That ain't safe.
No, that's really not. That's really not. Then, of course, those pesky Phillies at minus 176.
Yeah, and the Phillies are playing well right now. And we've talked about this a lot on this show, that's one team you don't want to see in the playoffs in a wild card matchup if you're one of these 1 seeds waiting on a winner of a wild card game, because the Phillies can score, they got good pitching, and they got a hell of a home field advantage. So hopefully the Braves stay away from them and let the Dodgers deal with them.
Yes. Okay. Then you've got the Rockies Brewers. You taking under 9.5?
Well, you know what that is? That's a day game, Matthew. That's a day game in Milwaukee right now. What do we say it was? I'll give you a little update. Let's see if my if it's coming true. What was it? 9.5?
Yeah, 9.5, Drew. 9.5. 120.
Well, that just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Let's look here.
Then of course you got Rockies Brewers
Yeah,
under nine
well,
and a half.
it's 5-4, bottom 8.
Oh,
It's gonna be close.
then of course you've got the Marlins and the Reds over 10. It was 10.5 yesterday, and you'd go and drop to 10 today.
Yeah, again, it hasn't hit yet. I'm just gonna keep playing the odds on that over.
Yeah. Now, speaking
So,
of
boys, line change.
hey, what's up, big dog? Speaking of football, Drew, the power rankings. We did our power rankings. You and Drew, you and Ben and I, and we've changed up quite a bit from what we had at the beginning after football season. I've got our top 5 are pretty much mine are close. Chiefs, Eagles, Bengals, Niners, Bills. I do worry about the Eagles. I think I should drop them down a little bit. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing they did before when people know what's coming. Then I've got the Cowboys, the Ravens, the Jets, the Chargers, the Dolphins. Drew, you have the Chiefs, the Bills, Bengals, Cowboys, Eagles.
Yep.
And then you've got Ravens, Chargers, Niners, Jets, Dolphins. Ben has Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, Niners, Eagles. So y'all are right there together.
Yeah, I like that
Except for
receiving
he's
core
got
out
the
there in
Cowboys at
Cincinnati.
10th.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah,
Cowboys
they
at 10.
had to drop a little bit. I'm just a little confused with them right now.
Yeah, and then you got the Jets, Ravens, Chargers, Jags, and Cowboys. Now,
After watching Hard Knocks, I might put Jets at number 1. I mean, that was a great episode if you got to watch it. It was fantastic.
To me,
Oh my goodness. Ben,
I
got a
don't like them
phone.
that much,
Ben, I got
saying,
a phone number. I got a phone number you can call. You love him so much.
No, I just watching Aaron Rodgers for 10 minutes. I'm like, awesome.
Okay.
He's so damn good.
Okay, I have a question since you brought that up, Ben. That goes into our breaking news question. The premiere of the HBO Max NFL Hard Knocks, did your opinion change about Aaron Rodgers after watching that?
No, listen to him talk. Like, watch him throw the football, and you'll be like, okay, he's a little bit better than I thought. I mean, just he is good. He's one of the best ever. I mean, he's teaching all those boys how to do it.
But we've
They're
never had
calling
an
out
issue.
colors on the nets. He's hitting them every time.
Hey, we've never had an issue with him throwing the football. Okay,
man, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so
that's
and
never
he
been
even
an issue.
talks about his ayahuasca a little bit. He mentions like things I like to do. He mentions things like that. So he's not like trying to avoid anything. Like I just said, I think it spiked the Jets up like to where like I think they might win that division. So like he's great, and everybody wants to be a Jet right now. It seems like. So I mean, I think he's awesome.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. So in other words, it's changed your opinion about Aaron Rodgers. What about you, Drew?
Sounds like Ben is going to go out and buy him a Jets hat.
That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? Uniform,
sound
number
like
8
that.
jersey, and
Might
everything
have to.
else. Well, how are you? Wait a minute.
I think that Fanatics has a special running through the end of the month that if your favorite player changes teams, they'll give you like
placed
half
a hefty
off
wage on them. Placed a hefty wage on them winning that division.
Over your Patriots?
I don't like them. I mean, I like Boston. I don't like the Patriots.
The Jets are not beating the Bills in that division.
And football is a different sport for me.
Okay.
I like players.
That's right. You're the Ravens. That's right. You're a Ravens guy. You're a Ravens guy.
Yeah, but I like Ray Lewis. But now he doesn't play. I don't really necessarily like Lamar Jackson. I don't really like OBJ, but they're on my team, I guess. And just kind of that's how I am. I'm more of a player.
I know how you feel. I got LeBron James on my team, and I can't stand him.
I know.
Yeah. And
I don't know how you do that.
And neither one of us are happy about the fact we just gave Anthony Davis 3 years, $186 million either.
Not at all.
Yeah, good luck.
Not at all. Not happy about that. So, what about you, Drew? Did it change your opinion of Aaron Rodgers?
Nah, well, I mean, I have a high opinion of Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a top 5 quarterback. But my deal, I will kind of side with Ben a little bit by saying that I think he's going to get a breath of fresh air in New York. I think that he's going to he's going to shake off all the talk that he's been dealing with for the last 3 years in Green Bay with trade talk. And is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? Sitting in a dark basement for a month. I mean, all that BS. Now he's back. He's just playing football. Took a pay cut. He's just got one thing in mind. That's to win a championship. So,
saw Taylor Swift 2 times, back-to-back nights. Yeah, he's having a hell of a time.
I don't know that that's a good thing.
I don't either. Hey, I'm with you, Drew. What does that mean?
I don't know if that's a good thing either, but your daughters might say different.
Well, he don't have kids.
Well, I know they would.
Yeah, he don't have. Yeah, he don't have
They're
kids.
Swifties.
Well,
They're
Drew,
Swifties
well,
just
Drew
like
gotta,
he is.
Hey, Drew got to find a ticket first. He got to find tickets to that first.
$10,000.
Yeah, you got to find tickets for that. It's just ridiculous, dude. She's making what they said, $1.2 billion, and then she added some shows.
Man, she is a weapon.
She gave her bus driver $100,000 bonus.
She gave them all,
yeah,
Drew.
each bus driver.
She gave each bus driver. She gave each bus driver plus all the band members and everybody associated with the crew setting up. She gave all $100,000.
But that's like me giving you $10.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It really. I mean, you know you did it, but you don't feel it. I agree.
But to go back to that, I think it's going to change a lot of people's opinions on Aaron Rodgers a little bit. Mine, I always thought he was awesome, but I mean, I'm kind of brown nosing a little bit right now, so we'll get off that.
With me, I mean, he's a cowboy killer, so I got the utmost respect.
Yep.
I think he's 8-1 lifetime against Dallas.
Yeah, my deal with him is it hasn't changed my opinion of him at all, because to me this is just whitewash BS. This is just it's BS. My thing with you is, what are you gonna do when you get down? Are you going to be the same old Aaron Rodgers? And can you finally beat somebody coming from behind? Which two of those things you have not been able to do. So,
and the offense at New York is not going to be that great. They're going to lean on their defense. I mean, they look good right now in training camp, but
they only show the good ones. They only show the good catches.
I know,
they don't show the good drops.
But what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody thinks they're a boxer until they get hit in the face.
Hitting them out.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works. Now, speaking of the Big 12, we're talking about some football a little bit now. Since we got those divisions, dude. Drew talked about this. They gave Oklahoma State no favors at all.
Oh boy, at all.
That South. Oh my God. You Baylor, Houston, TCU, Arizona Tech, Central Florida. Whoa,
that
South. God dang.
And you know what? In Arizona, they're not very good. But let me tell you, that's a tough place to play, and they suck.
Yeah, they're Tucson.
Terrible. And to go play down there at that stadium, it's always been tough.
And up in the mountains too, where it's at.
Yeah.
Tucson. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I see that division.
Crazy.
I'm just going, man. Because Drew, did you talk about that the other day, being about how Baylor is one of those teams?
There's one of those. There's one of those.
They're up and down.
It's one of those teams. They're going to go up, down. They're going to, and like the crowd's really freaking awesome. They do the
yeah, and then
thing. I mean, just like you're saying about Arizona.
Baylor's going to have speed. Baylor's going to have speed.
Well, then you got Dana Holgorsen down there at Houston, so you already know what they're going to be doing. I just when I look at
ask OU how tough it is to play at Houston.
Yeah, it is. We can ask them. I mean, but Houston.
And we got Arizona State. They're a D1 hockey team.
Yep.
So now we're starting to work our way into hockey, boys.
Yeah, we're way away from hockey, man. We're in football.
We're working on it. OU's working on it. We're going. Come on.
Tell him, Drew, we're a long way from hockey, man. We're a long way from hockey.
Teams coming.
My boys every time about hockey. Tell him, Benny says we're a long way from hockey, man. Benny says we're a long way from hockey, man. We ain't about no hockey. We're not about hockey.
And I have a North Carolina State Hurricane shirt for sale if anyone needs one. If I'd have known that they were owned by Wolfpack, I probably would have chose a different squad.
But that North Division, I mean, you got Utah, BYU, Kansas State, Cincinnati, and Colorado.
Man, it's going to be fun.
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good division right now.
Yeah, but still.
Colorado's terrible, but the other ones are pretty good.
But I'm looking at the other side, Drew, though. Oh, my God. But really, OSU, Baylor, TCU, Houston, Central Florida. Right off the top of your head. And then Texas Tech is no easy way out either.
They'll score some points, yeah.
And then
Texas Tech 19 in the preseason top 25.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, dude, they've got some work now. When I looked at the early schedule for the Big 12, the first game, I didn't ask you to do me any deals on this, Drew, but it opens up Friday, September 1st, Illinois at KU. Nobody cares, do we?
Well, I mean, pretty good game.
I mean, we need all the
Pretty
wins
good
we can
opener.
get.
I mean, Illinois is going to be pretty tough this year. They're going to run the ball, and they got a fifth-year senior quarterback. They're kind of a sleeper in the Big Ten West. But KU, that guy's in the top 5 on the Heisman watch.
Yeah, he is.
So I don't know. That's a pretty good game.
What we're going to do starting Monday, guys, we're going to take two.
That's a big game for both. That's a big game for both teams.
Yeah, what we're going to do is starting
Illinois needs to start off. Yeah.
Monday, we're going to start off, and we're going to do 2 teams every day until we go through the Big 12. Are you guys okay with that? We're going to research 2 teams.
Sounds good.
We'll start out.
We got to throw in Nebraska just because they used to be in the Big 12.
No, we'll throw in.
Yep.
We'll
we can throw them in there.
We will. We'll throw in Nebraska, OU, and Texas. We'll
right.
throw those in there just to break. We need one more. OU, Nebraska, Texas, and who do you want to do?
Throw in like Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, somebody good.
Somebody. So
we'll Colorado.
Wow. He just can't let it go, Ben. He just can't let it go.
I was gonna say that name, but I knew that was.
We already said.
So I like that.
Colorado's already. We've already got them.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Anyway, and then on Saturday.
Let's do Alabama.
All right. Okay,
cool.
We'll do Bama.
That's Amelia's team, Alabama.
Okay, so we'll
throw it in there.
So we'll do OU, Texas, Nebraska, and Alabama. Cool.
And then plus the Big 12. Yep.
Well, no, we're gonna do the Big 12 first, and then we're gonna
Big
go
16.
To the Big 12.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Northern Iowa versus Iowa State. We'll kick it off on that Saturday.
Let me tell you, every year everybody says that's going to be a piss-off game, and Northern Iowa's beat them 2 out of the last 3 years.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, and take the under in that game because I think they've scored a combined 40 points in 2 games.
Oof.
Wow.
The last 2 years ago it was 7-3, and then a year ago it was like 13-10 or 13-9 or something like that. It was terrible.
So what you're saying is take the under.
Yes.
And then the
Can't
next
spell thunder without the under.
Used to. Then of course we have Eastern Kentucky versus Cincy.
I look for Cincy to be better than people think, but yeah, I like Cincy there. I don't even know the line, but it's probably every bit of 12 or 13.
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere around there. About 2 touchdowns, yeah.
Then we have Southeast Missouri versus Kansas State.
Southeast Missouri State are the Division II champs. Like 6 out of the last 7 years or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
they're Appalachian State. Yeah, remember what happened to Michigan? Same thing.
Yeah. K-State, big letdown for K-State coming off a huge year, but I look for K-State to roll. They should win that game going away. K-State's going to have they might win the best offensive line in the country award this year. Their offensive line is huge.
It's huge.
And they're going to run the ball.
Hey, Drew, and then also let's do we'll do the Husker Drew picks where we pick in what we think the over-under will be for each of those teams when we do it. So we'll do the teams, their schedule, what we think, and we'll do over-under just like we do with the NFL teams. Yeah, on NFL teams.
Good.
We'll break it down, what the over-under is and what, Drew thinks there's some team, if we have any point spreads by then, we'll do that. Okay, then Central Arkansas at Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State in a runaway.
Yeah, at 6 o'clock game too.
Man, and I got
it'll be hotter than Jackson Pistol out there.
Yeah, well,
me and my sister got tickets to that game to the Bedlam game this year, so I'm pretty pumped about that one.
Yeah, well,
I got a little Sports Center update here for you. I lost the freaking Reds over by 1 run.
So what was
6-4.
it?
6-4. They squeezed it over.
Are you serious?
Freaking 10. It went off at 10.5, and then I'm sitting right now. Brewers Rockies. We're under 9.5, sitting bottom 8, 5-4.
Ooh,
Need to make it through one more inning, boys.
Let's go. Then of course UTSA, which of course University of Texas and San Antonio, they travel to Houston. And they'll be on FS1. So then Texas State and Baylor. So you got OSU, Houston, and Baylor all kicking off at 6 o'clock.
Does Stonehand still play for Texas State?
I think he does.
Jeez.
We're dating ourselves there. That's a great movie.
I was kidding. That's where my son and my daughter-in-law went to school. They both graduated from
Don't
Texas Tech.
throw it to stone hands.
Hey, and by the way, have you ever had those Mansky rolls, Drew, there?
No, I have not.
Oh, my God, dude. Those Mansky rolls are unbelievable. But you have to go get them because I've had them sent to me. Not the same.
Not the same.
Not the same when they
it's
deliver.
kind of like a runs in Nebraska. You got to get one at the stadium.
Yeah, it's
buy
just
it and try to bring it home.
yeah, it's just not the same thing. Kind of like Aisha's chicken. You can't bring it home and eat it the next day.
I do like me some cold fried chicken with a little Tabasco.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Hey, what's better, fried chicken or a cold pizza? Cold chicken or cold pizza?
Cold chicken.
Cold chicken for sure.
Yep, me agreed, 100%. Then of course Texas Tech goes to Wyoming for their first game.
Good game right there. That'll be a good one. That's a big test for Texas Tech.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, Wyoming, they're just built of bruisers too. They're just big old meat boys. They're gonna come out there and smack them around a little bit. Should be
Drew?
pretty good. Texas Tech might put some points up.
Yeah, that team's loaded with former Husker coach. You got the quarterback's a kid out of Omaha that was a 3-time state champion for Wyoming. He's in his 3rd year there.
Gotta be
That'll
careful.
Be a good game.
Gotta be careful.
Okay. Over under West Virginia at Penn State.
At Penn State?
Yes.
Oh man.
Good Lord. I'd say 58.
Happy Valley at 6:30 at night.
45-28 Penn State. There's your final.
You think West Virginia scores that many points?
Yeah, because Penn State will call the dogs off when they're up. 45-14.
I mean, you're right. I mean, as long as Sandusky's not there, we should be good.
Think about that though. That's a big time rivalry game, dude. That's a backyard brawl. Penn State and West Virginia to start off the year.
Should be good.
It might be closer than that. I'd have to look at that line a little more. See what West Virginia's got coming back.
Yeah, when we
Penn
get down
State's
to
highly
it.
rated this year.
Yeah, they're ranked. Then of course the last game, Sam Houston versus BYU.
That's at BYU.
At BYU.
They'll beat the dog piss out of Sam Houston.
Yeah, and it's a 9:15 game too.
Oh boy, all those Mormons are going crazy.
Man, I mean, never mind. Go ahead.
No. I'm just thinking. I'm just excited about football and the Big 12 and the NFL and man with the realignment and
we're getting close. Got Cowboys on Saturday night.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, we went over the NFL schedule yesterday. Let me see. You got the Cowboys. Who are they playing on Saturday?
I just love talking about college football.
Yeah.
We're back in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, we'll be ready to get there. And I'm excited about it. The Cowboys, they play at 4 o'clock, Drew. NBC against the Jaguars.
Watch that before the pool party.
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah, when it cools off.
Yeah, the pool party's at 8. But watch Cowboys for that. Watch first half Dallas game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, upstairs in the lawn.
In.
And then, of course, Ben had to throw this in, Drew. NHL news, he had to send me something.
Hey, just a little bit. It was
I'm with you.
Hey, I like it.
I'm glad that you gave me his name because Tony Wilson is my nephew.
I was like, no,
that's my nephew. That's why I said when I did that. You said I was like, oh, Tom, not Tony.
Yep.
But the Penguins acquired the 3-time Norris Trophy winner, which of course is for defense.
Yep, best defenseman in the league.
Erik Karlsson from the Sharks, and a 3-way trade with the Canadiens.
Yep, they had to get another team in there to help get some of the salary cap traded around. Jeff Petrie went back to the Canadiens, another good defenseman. A couple different things went around, but now the Penguins got a good core forward. They still got Crosby. They still got Evgeny Malkin. They got Chris Letang, who is a 2-time Norris Trophy winner, and then they got Erik Karlsson. So they got a good little group. If they get some goaltending, it should be awesome there. But they're trying to push one more while Crosby's still there.
Yep.
Trying to get one more time
for him. Yeah. And then of course Tom Wilson signs the extension with the Capitals, 7 years. And only in hockey do they do those long-term contracts. Have you noticed that, Drew? Only in hockey do they do that. They don't do that in basketball and football.
Yeah, I noticed that, but they deserve it because they beat the dog crap out of each other.
Well, they're like, you want to pay me how much to play hockey? Okay. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like, also,
if
you want to add another year.
Not doing anything else up here.
But are they guaranteed, though, Ben?
They're like, that's all I want to do. So
how much of it is guaranteed, though?
That's all. That's his every year that he plays. As long as he plays, even if he's injured, that's his. So it's all guaranteed. It's all his. So it's not guaranteed right away, but he gets 7 divided by 45.5 or whatever. Like I don't.
So
I can't do the quick math around that.
It's like
so, but it's yeah.
it's
But
like
he signed a
baseball.
year-to-year contract. Yep, exactly. So as long as he plays and as long as they, everything's going good. So, but he's honestly one of the last tough guys in the NHL. He's a guy that you don't want to play. Like he plays with Ovechkin, he protects him. Like he's one of the last guys like that. Other than like Lucic that just signed with the Bruins again. Guys like that. There's only a few of them. Ryan Reeves. There's only that signed in Toronto. There's only a couple guys that are like that. He's one of the big ones, but he can also put the puck in the net. So he's a good player to have.
And then also, guys, in breaking news, Nathan just sent me a deal. Barry Trammell is leaving the Oklahoman.
Wow.
No
Where's
way.
he going?
He didn't say, but he just says he's leaving it, which I thought, wow.
What? Oh, man.
Well, he's a staple.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, he's been there, 40 years at least?
Well, now here's a little breaking news. The Brewers and the Rockies went over in the 9th inning. 5-5.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, that's a crushing blow.
Boy, you can't get no love today, can you, Drew?
Well, that's why I said don't bet the family nest egg right now. I mean, those said what I say. Vegas got these things dialed in. Lost 2 games today in the 9th inning.
They've got it down. It's that time of year, though. It's getting toward the crunch.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm excited about college football because that means basketball's coming. Did you guys see the thing on the Thunder or what their preseason schedule? Were you with me on that, Drew?
Yeah, I did see that. I preseason NBA basketball though. I really don't watch a whole lot of preseason anything. Like I said, I'll watch the first half of the Dallas game, but I don't know. It takes a lot to get me interested in preseason stuff.
Well, I know that.
Although I will watch that Team USA play. I watched some of that against Puerto Rico the other night.
That's exhibition, Drew.
Had to watch AK-47 play.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
He didn't play a whole lot until the game got out of hand.
Come in off the bench firing, bang.
Drew, hey man, he comes in, he gets a little deal, he makes 1-3, don't score again after that, gets scored on like crazy. USA's in a tight deal. Come out the third quarter, he don't play. They go out to a lead, and all of a sudden there he is.
Yep.
Bang.
So there you go, Drew. Between him and Chet, you and Ben are just gonna be on me. I already know that. I don't know.
Well, boys, I gotta get going. I gotta get back to work. DG Construction calls.
All right.
Same time, same place, same bat channel tomorrow, boys.
All right.
HuskerDoPicks.com. It'll be great.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm at Rococo's finishing up my sandwich. Gotta get out of here, man.
Go.
Yeah, I'm starving, man. Bruce hooked me up with their special today.
Ben, let me know if you're gonna make it Saturday. Love to have you.
I sent you a
Yeah, for
message
sure.
already.
I'll be there a little bit early, but it's cruising right into my work time. So then I asked boss off. We'll see how it goes.
Well, like I said, maybe you can cut out for a couple hours and come in at 10:30.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you, buddy.
Hey.
My guy Drew Hinton on HuskerDrewPicks.com, and my guy High Stick Harry. Sorry, guys, I'm chomping in y'all's face, but this sandwich is unbelievable, dude. It is unbelievable.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. Cheers,
all right,
man.
Appreciate you. Sorry, guys, this sandwich is unbelievable here today. I know it's kind of rude to eat, but hey, what do I do? Wednesdays, I'm doing my chicken at Rococo's. At Ned's, and I'm eating lunch here at Rococo. So hey, come in and get it. It is Wahoo Wednesday. It is fantastic today. That being said, I want everybody to have a fantastic day out there. Try to stay cool and stay out of the sun as much as possible.